Hello everyone! In today's video, we're going to go over a quick and easy variation of the mesh stitch in crochet using US terms. For this tutorial, I was using this big twist yarn in the color coral, as well as a 5mm crochet hook and scissors to cut off my work, though this stitch would work with whatever size yarn and corresponding hook that you may have. We're going to go ahead and get started with a slip knot, which you can do however is easiest for you. And then once we have our slip knot, we're going to go ahead and chain an even number of chains. So I'm going to chain 24, but you would just want to chain however many you need to get to the desired length for your project, just making sure that it is an even number. And to chain, we're just going to yarn over and pull through the loop that is already on our hook. All right, that is 24 chains completed for me. And for this project as well, you may want to make sure that you are chaining a little extra for your desired length, because how we're going to start the first row is we're actually going to be working into the 6th chain from the hook. So not counting this loop, which is the loop that is on our hook, we're going to count 6 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And into this 6th chain here, we're going to make a double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the chain, yarn over, and pull up a loop through the chain. So now we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then what we're going to do now, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to skip the next chain next to the one that we just worked into, and into this one here, now the 2nd chain from where we worked into, we're going to put another double crochet. So yarn over, insert into that 2nd chain from where we worked into, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So what we can see here is that with these working into the 6th chain here, we've made our first box for what's going to be our little mesh pattern. So we do want to skip those 6 chains so that we can make this first box here. So now we're going to chain 1, and in doing that, we're going to be skipping this next chain, and we're going to be once again putting a double crochet into the 2nd chain from where we just worked into. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're just going to be continuing this pattern until we get near the end of the chain. So we're going to once again chain 1, skip the next chain beneath us, and into the 2nd chain from where we just worked into, put a double crochet, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then chain 1 after we complete our double crochet. So if you want to meet me near the end of the chain, and we can go over how to turn our work and finish this row. All right, so you can see that I have 2 chains left here. I've chained 1 after my double crochet. And then to finish this row, what we're going to do is we're just going to put a double crochet into this last chain here. So in order to turn our work, what we want to do is actually chain 4. So it's going to be counting 3 of those as if it is a double crochet. And then the last chain is going to count as if it is the chain 1 between the double crochets that we're doing. So we're going to go ahead and turn our work, and we're ready to get started on the 2nd row. Getting started on the next row, we've chained 4 to turn our work. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put a double crochet into this stitch right here. So we're going to yarn over, insert, and you can tell that this is the stitch that we're working into by, of course, the post that is beneath us. But also when you insert your hook here, you'll see the 2 right there. And that's just another sign for you that this is the stitch that you're working into. So I've just pulled up a loop. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then just like we did for the last row, I'm going to chain 1 after the double crochet, and I'm going to work again into this double crochet beneath us. So whenever we're making a double crochet in this pattern, we're going to be working into a double crochet that is beneath us, save for the first row where we're working into the chain. So another double crochet here. And then we're going to chain 1 always after our double crochets. So we'll do a couple more together. We're going to put a double crochet into this stitch here, yarn over, insert, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then chain 1. And then the last one that we'll do together here before we get near the end of the row, we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then chain 1. So you're just going to continue until you get near the end of the row, and I'll meet you right around this last double crochet here so we can go over how to finish this row and turn our work. All right, so I'm at what's near the end of my row here. So you can see I have one last double crochet to work into. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Putting a double crochet into that stitch and then chain 1. And then what we have here is the additional chains that we did that we skipped in order to start the first row. So what I'm going to do, you can see from the top here, I'm going to skip this chain here and I'm going to work a double crochet into this chain. So this chain is going to act as if it is the chain 1 that's in between all of our double crochets, whereas the rest of the chains are going to act as if it is a double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, insert not into here, but into this second stitch from the double crochet we just worked into, the second chain. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then just like we did to start this row, I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm ready to start my next row. So what we're going to do until we get to our desired length is we're just going to repeat the last row that we did until we get to our desired length. So I'm going to actually go ahead and meet you once I have a few more rows worked up so we can look at how the stitch looks with a few more rows. And we can also go over how to end our projects together. So if you want to meet me when you're ready to do that, you can go ahead and do that now. If not, you can go ahead and use the timestamps down below if you need to refresh your memory or if you need to see how to do the last 2 rows again. I have a few more rows worked up now. You can actually count, just counting these posts here, however many rows that you have for this stitch. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And these rows again worked up very quickly because there are fewer stitches than you might see in other patterns. So if we look at the pattern of the stitch, it reminds me a little bit of an actual waffle, though of course the waffle stitch and crochet would be much more dense than this. So this might be a good stitch if you want, for example, a lightweight blanket, or if you want to make some sort of garment for summer, because again, it is airy, there's a lot of holes, that's going to let some air through. It might be good for a bag as well, if that's something that you're interested in. But I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to chain 4 in order to start my last row. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then turn. And then just like we did for the previous rows that we did together, I'm going to double crochet into each of the double crochet stitches and put a chain 1 in between the double crochets. So if you want to meet me again near the end of the row, and we can go over how to finish our projects together. All right, right, so I'm at my last couple of stitches for this project. So I'm going to put a double crochet into this one that is beneath me here, and then chain 1. And then again, when we are ending each row, especially for these ones here from row 2 on, we have this chain of 4. So you can either count the chain 1 here and skip it and work into this one here, or you can count from the bottom and work in the 3rd chain from the bottom. So for counting from the bottom, we'd go 1, 2, and 3, and we'd put our double crochet into that chain there. So I'm going to yarn over, insert into that chain for the chain 4, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're just going to chain 1, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my scissors and cut off, pull my hook up, and pull tight. And you can double knot there if you want to make sure it's more secure, but all you'd have left to do is you'd have to weave this end back into the project, as well as this over here, which is the excess from our slip knot that we did in order to start the project. But this is our final project for this variation of the mesh stitch. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below, or if there are any other stitches or tutorials that you'd like to see in a future video. Thank you.